Alrighty. Um, it's time to get started. This started a little bit later than I originally planned, just because I just wanted to eat a quick snack before sitting still for an extended period of time. So, alrighty. So today, actually, there's gonna be more art. There's gonna be more sound, but also I'm going to consult with my lead programmer on implementing basically kind of a new asset into one of the bigger parts of the gameplay. So we're gonna see a little bit more of the game. I'm also gonna lower my mic volume. It seems a bit hot for some reason. Okay, yeah, that's about as loud as I want that to go. Seems interesting. Maybe all this stuff has to go down a little bit too then. Seems like every time I stream the levels have to change. Alright, let's put that here. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, so I'm gonna message my lead programmer really quick. Over here, Discord. Kind of minimize that. Get myself in the voice chat. Okay, and then let me also launch up the engine. For some reason it was crashing on startup, and it's not anymore. Yay! So that's very good to know.
Hey.
Hello. Alrighty, I guess before I open up the project, I should probably pull the changes on development, right?
Let me just commit something. 1 second.
Okay. I should actually quit this. The project list, yeah, that's there.
Okay, that's pushed.
Alrighty, let me pull the changes really quick. Alright, sweet. I'm just loading up the project.
Okay. And there's like a few options that I implemented for ways to move the like vertical rails.
Yeah. Would you want me to take a look at the generic printer level scene first?
Yeah, that's probably some of their scenes might be broken right now.
Okay. Let me take a look at this. So this is with the new bit of stuff. Nice. Added the some like surrounding room to get a gauge on how that feels. Let me just take a look at this. I guess I could share my screen with you.
If you're streaming, I can just watch that if
Oh
that's
yeah,
easier.
check out. Yeah, the stream will be there. Okay, I guess I'll just run it really quick. All right, it's building. Okay, so here we are moving on each axis. This all looks good. And on the vertical, I don't know how high up this is gonna be going. Yeah, this is basically what I had in mind. So,
Okay.
you said that there
Yeah.
was some weirdness, right?
Well, so it kind of blocks the camera sometimes, like if you zoom in or that sort of thing, and also like if you
Yeah.
look at the like uh I wasn't sure how you wanted the like little circly things at the bottom to move.
Um, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, they are a little bit. I guess maybe those should also just move on a linear axis. I know that doesn't really make much sense. Maybe, I mean, maybe it
I
is.
mean,
It's
yeah,
okay.
there's
It looks
a
a little bit cool like this. Um,
yeah. I mean, you can check how that looks too if you just like change a bool in the 3D printer scene.
yeah. Oh, and you can see the lasers clip in a little bit. Um, okay, yeah. Let me take a look at it the other way then. Is that it? It's attached to a script of some sort?
So if you open the 3D printer scene, or you can just change it here if you don't commit it. But,
Um,
on the printer model visuals.
oh,
Yep.
here we go. Move base points. Is that
Yeah.
the bool? Okay.
So you might want to like expand it. There's like more to the text there, but like there's
Oh,
I
wait,
forget
where?
exactly what it was. I look at the so there's like two pools, for whether to move them at all and whether to move them in a square rather than a
Oh,
circle.
okay. Where would that expand? Between...
Um, oh, just on the printer model visuals node.
Oh, let me just...
Um,
Move base
so
points
there's
in
like two
square rather than
checkboxes. Yeah.
circle. Rail points on base move. Okay. I guess I'll just enable move base points in square rather than circle first. I should probably model a way that that kind of makes more sense in the world, but it'll be fine for now. um,
Yeah. Um,
let's see here. Let me run the generic printer level scene and get a feel for it. Oh, wait. Something is acting a little bit funky here, I think.
yeah. Let me try that on my end and see what it does. Um, you have both the bulls checked.
Um, both rail points on base move and move base. Is it one or the other? That way.
Uh, so if they're both checked, it should be working.
Oh, okay. That's I was getting the thing where like
Oh,
the side
you have to
stuff.
run the generic printer level scene. So the 3D printer scene.
Yeah, I thought that's what I did. I thought I ran it from
Oh,
generic printer level. So this is generic printer level. Those rails have just disappeared on the forward back axis. So
yeah.
those are invisible now. I don't know where they went. And I guess the all of the vertically oriented Z-axis rails are also gone as well.
Yeah, that just means it's not like updating or anything. Can you show me the settings that you have for it?
Yeah, and 3D
What
printer
looks
on
different?
printer model visuals. This is what I have here. Oh, I guess I could hide the webcam really quick to get out of the way.
Yeah, maybe try saving the scene again.
Yeah. There you go, I just saved it. Um, I wonder
It's
what...
working on my end, but
I could
I don't
reload the
know why.
project. It could just be a weird Git thing. I'll
Yeah,
just
that's
reload it.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Yeah, instead of like trying to find the problem for forever.
Yeah, we could be looking for a problem that actually doesn't exist. Kind of wondering, maybe the bottom base orbs shouldn't move at all, since really they only have to point towards the like the prism above it or whatever. I'll just call that those stuff prisms. those could just tilt, and that would be a kind of interesting effect. It wouldn't make sense from like an optics and geometry perspective, but it doesn't really matter.
Um, both of the pools, it should do that.
Let me check back at 3D printer. So these are
Oh, yeah, that's
all
pretty
loaded properly. And then this, is it just the fact that it didn't, what might be the
good.
case is I might have to uncheck editable children and recheck it.
Can
Because
you
I
look at
don't think these
the
will
printer
carry through.
model visuals in there?
So these
Uh,
are
oh, the
matching.
oh, click the undo button on the array there. It did this for me too, where it overrode the array of lines for no reason.
Interesting. That's
Um,
probably it then.
yeah,
Yeah, I wonder why it would do something like that. It's kind of rude. Okay, so
it's
yeah,
yeah,
that's what we were looking for here. Honestly, I think this, just for now, just for a functionality standpoint, should be the way that we go. I guess what I can do, I don't know if we'd want to implement something like this right now, is to, like, do we have, like, a way to get camera position? Like, because then we could just say if camera position is outside of any of these little prisms, to just, like, make them transparent or something. Um, I don't think
um,
I
mhm.
kind of did the lasers in a way to try and minimize their impact on the visuals. Maybe I should just make those slightly transparent by default since they're made out
uh,
of light. There's an
yeah.
interesting cube map reflection on the. I wonder what that is. Is that just it? Did it just bake a cube map of the extruder head in the middle there? I think it did.
Oh,
You see that?
yeah, yeah,
That's really interesting. I think there's a way to just turn on like I think that's screen space reflections will help with that. Um because then those will be dynamic instead of baked. I could also just
yeah.
make this not like actually shiny, like not actually reflective, I mean.
I mean, I think it looks kind of cool, the reflections. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be cool if it were dynamic, but
I think SSR when Spangenberg and Josh are taking a look at that. I guess I should probably update Josh and let her know to contact Spangenberg about working on lighting specific things for these scenes.
okay, yeah.
I think this is the way to go though for now. Um, but yeah, like basically get camera position, and if camera position, I guess what axis would this be? This would be Z. If Z camera Z is like greater than this prism, then we could just make it more transparent. Do you think that'd be tough to
Yeah,
implement, like kind of on the fly right now?
isn't that kind of something we wanted to do with other stuff too? Like if the extruder is in the way and just
Yeah,
everything.
I was thinking that might be a good idea to do that with just like a raycast from the camera. I don't. There might be a way to get like kind of like the bounds of the border of the camera or the frustum of the camera as well. But I mean, that means anything that shows up on camera turns slightly transparent, which is kind of maybe not the best way to implement that. But yeah, I was thinking a raycast from like, I guess. Well, if we did it from
Mhm.
where the filament spawns, then basically the extruder would be transparent like all the time. Which would be kind of interesting, but probably not the desired effect.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe like a sphere or something around, like if it can't hit a sphere like around the
yeah,
nozzle.
that would be a good idea. It might be better to just do these on a position by position basis for each of these things, which might be like tedious because you have to do it for at least 5 objects per se. Um, so like basically just that camera position way is to just do it like behind this one, turn it transparent, behind this one, turn it transparent, behind this one in each of whatever scripts that those nodes can be accessed. And then for the extruder assembly, kind of same deal. but maybe more based on the angle of the camera. So it'd be its height. I guess it wouldn't be an angle. So when I'm looking at this extruder head from a low angle, I don't think I need any, like, there's nothing blocking. But as soon as I turn the camera up, probably above the height of these laser lines, then turning this extruder transparent in general would just be a fix, and then we don't have to worry about like a raycast and a sphere and stuff.
Yeah.
Depending on like which implementation you find more kind of ergonomic for you.
I mean, I'd
This is
rather
weird.
implement it in a more like generalized way if we're gonna need to anyway for the
Okay.
for, whatever can be in the way of what you're looking at. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. How long do you think that would take you?
I don't know, like an hour or something.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and just start working on that generalized approach. Maybe we could utilize that same thing in the overworld as well. So, like, imagine the players running around the overworld and they run under the cover of a tree to make the foliage of the tree also kind of turn transparent in that same way to improve visibility on the player. That might be a way to just not have to kind of. We're going to come across this problem where the camera is going to like not have direct line of sight over something, right? So we might as well go for the generalized approach and figure out how to use it wherever we can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this is cool. I'm glad you kind of just got the fact that the spool would just rotate when extruding. I guess at some point that would be a great sort of in-world marker of how much filament you actually have left, where it would like slowly like disappear some of the kernels or something. I have no idea how that would work.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
have to actually turn the kernels into individual objects because I'm pretty sure it's like one, like all of the yellow kernels are grouped up into one basically combined mesh. But that'd be interesting for the future.
Yeah.
But this already has a lot more character. It already kind of fits into a sort of aesthetic, whereas everything else was like really simple and polygonal to start. So we'll keep this movement mechanism the same like this with
Okay.
the square base movement. I guess, yeah, what I could do is just draw some, like a square of rails below those four orbs or whatever. But yeah, this is fun. It's like already the game just like looks way different.
Yeah, honestly, I think having a background, like, I don't know, I just like how things are shiny now. And I think I really like the way the print bed looks with the like grid.
It help. I
But
think it's like it's kind of arbitrary. I don't know the grid. I guess to scale, I think is in meters. It's like in Godot units slash Blender units. But I didn't. It doesn't really have to be. I just made it whatever looks good. But it's good to give that
yeah, yeah,
player, like, if this was pitch black, it would probably, unless you started putting filament down, it would be kind of easy to like lose track of where you are or whether you're even moving because you don't really have a lot of visual reference. But the grid helps.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so I was afraid of the surface being black. I was afraid it was gonna look too dull or dark or like it, almost like too serious. But when you add the warmness of like the surrounding floor and whatnot, it's actually really nice contrast. So I'm glad that it kind of worked out.
yeah, yeah,
Because I was like, it could be blue, but then I was like, well, if you're using blue filament or something, you're just not gonna get a lot of contrast. And I was like, well, then maybe it should be something neutral. So I was like, all white, maybe, but like not really. All black. I decided with, and I was like, maybe gray. But I was like, then that just looks unfinished. Looks like it's like missing a texture. So, you know,
yeah.
can't go wrong with black.
So for the lighting, do you think, you know, maybe so it kind of feels like it's definitely outside, but if the like room that the printer is in is like all about like renewability and stuff like that, maybe it makes sense for it to be like super sunny.
Yeah, I
Like
like the
like a
brightness. I
sun leaf
mean,
or something.
there's probably what we could probably do is to fake it. We could put a giant lamp overhead that's kind of where the sun direction is coming from and just turn off shadows for that mesh so it just kind of looks like instead of that being like a huge sun it's actually like a like a man-made light source. It's just really, really bright. Um, so I'm kind of imagining this wood surface being like a desk. I know this makes no sense in scope of how we've scaled the printer in the game, but that's something that the player will just like kind of suspend their disbelief of like, this is on a table now, and this is a workspace, and there's a lamp overhead so that you can see what you're doing. I don't know. Like, that's just like something that pops into my head as something we can do so that it doesn't.
Yeah.
We could have this strong outside lighting because it's just really important. It's much more performant, I'm pretty sure, than casting a bunch of what would be like quote unquote more realistic lights. Um, and yeah, it lights the scene well, and it's good for gameplay. Like, it's clear for the player. They're not struggling to see because it's too dark, or that there's, if we start like getting rid of the sun and then try and do like some sort of more artificial lighting scheme, what would happen is like we're gonna get dark spots, we're gonna get shadows in weird places, and we'll have to keep on adding more lights to fill in like other spots, unless we like really configure like really strong, I guess, quote unquote, like stadium lights. So probably the best way if we were to do it is to put lights in the air at each corner, basically pointing down into the print surface. But that alone is just like, or we could just have this giant directional light take care of everything for us, and it's fine. So if we wanted to do in the dark, technically the emission on the grid works. So so that also kind of provides light. I think all of these use the same emissive material, including the rails. Actually, no, it doesn't look like it, because maybe because these move, they can't, like the non-moving ones get to act as like a static light source. We have to enable dynamic lights probably. But yeah, this is already like a huge sort of step up in the visual game. And I hate to sound like superficial, because obviously I care a lot more about whether the game is fun than whether it's like pretty, but it'll make a big difference to like to the player, you know, when they actually have something pleasing to look at.
Yeah. Honestly, just like having some sort of like visual flow as you're printing stuff, like it's nice to not be looking at like a completely purple background as you're printing stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so what we'll probably do is basically what you've done here, but with more of the kind of same things that the demo room has in like sort of general locations. We could play with scale to kind of just make the space seem more like breathable. Like, I like the fact that you just made the wood floors humongous, way bigger than the actual workshop room is. But it's a good example of what this kind of reminds me of in terms of like visuals, is a game that me and maybe 10 other people have ever played, Ilo Milo. Actually, you know who's played this game? Billie Eilish. I think that's what the game is, that song is titled off of. So it's a puzzle game where you control two characters and you swap back and forth, and basically you have to like navigate these 3D mazes. Let me get this on another workspace so it's not interfering with this. So this is much more of a storybook-esque type thing. Can I open this in a new tab really quick? I'm just gonna like load up somebody's Let's Play of this, because you'll see the kind of the skybox. Oh my gosh, Billie Eilish, you're ruining the SEO for this game. Let's see. Will the trailer kind of show off the game? So this is the game, and I mean, this is extremely surreal, but like when you're playing the game like this, maybe because it's more of a surreal atmosphere, you're so not focused on the background that they could really do anything, and the player would just kind of accept it with their eyes. So if like you just like, there's like buildings here or whatever in the background of this, and like it's a bunch of jumbled stuff. So I feel like we could do the same thing for the printing mini game, and maybe that could change depending on the context of in the full game of where we're at in the story. If it's Halloween or something, we can make it dark and spooky like this. And it like depending on what NPC is asking for what object, you know. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just like I think we shouldn't when we're trying to decorate the backgrounds of like 3D printer mini game and stuff like that to not have total regard for like it making a lot of visual spatial sense. Because you look at this, none of this actually makes other than the actual gameplay. Oh look, a bot is on stream. Um they're possible ban evader. Yeah, they're like trying to put scam links in the chat. Um None of this makes visual spatial sense except for the puzzle at hand, obviously, because it's a 3D puzzle. Um, so like you just kind of I mean maybe there's a sense of which they're using some sort of like tilt shift to like blur the stuff that's not in focus. And that also helps. So maybe we'll do something like that where it's like somehow just bring those objects out of focus a little bit, and then it doesn't seem so visually noisy and we could kind of do whatever we want. I don't even
Yeah.
know if there's a place where you could get Isla Milo and play. It's a cute game, but it was like I got it on the Xbox 360, and it was on the Windows Store. It might still be on the in the Windows Store. um, so yeah, recommend it. It's a short little puzzle game. It's fun. The Guardian reviewed it apparently and gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It has an awesome soundtrack. Oh, the soundtrack for that game fucking rocks. Okay, so yeah, going back to our game, I guess I could just kind of do this live, um, and just like throw things in the scene from the demo room. So if I go to demo
So,
room,
so I'm just kind of thinking about so like it's gonna be like in the demo room, but kind of feel like a different space.
yeah,
Or
yeah, this is gonna be a visual representation, not of like the actual physical space, but like a player like in the zone. So if I grabbed
yeah.
table, where's that table? I'm just gonna copy this scene and literally throw it in generic. And then it's like kind of somewhere over here. And I know we have some other objects as well that are acting as where's this object? Oh, missions.
If you open it, if you open that scene, you can delete the placeholder backgrounds.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna move them around. Just to pretend we have more stuff. Where's the console? Picture console. Copy. Paste. And then scale up like
So
at
for
the same time.
prototyping it like this, or I think you should open the 3D printer scene for this, just because
Oh, put these in
not all the
the
scenes
inherited
are
scene.
using the generic printer level yet.
Okay. Let me grab these two things then. Can I just cut that? And then should keep the transform data. Also just gonna put these on the top level so they're not interfering with anybody's parenting. Where did table go? Table. Yeah, I kind of kept its positional data. I didn't move this guy, but yeah. Oh, printer console is... Did I get printer console back here? Oops. There you go. Yeah, the console does exist in here. Where are you? Oh, shoot. Alright. Doesn't have to be exact. But now when we play... let me actually... I know my webcam's in the way. I'll put this on stream. Now you could just kind of see that in the background. It's like, oh yeah, that's like kind of just gives like a tiny bit of reference for what the room looks like. That printed console
Yeah.
just looks like a giant rectangle, so it's a little bit different. But, you know, they're kind of same to what you did with these shapes, but just with some objects that are inside of the room. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of conflicted. So, the only thing we actually have a material on that is, like, just not a flat color is that wood floor. The wood floor does look nice and it's warm. Does it feel like it stands out too much in relation to everything else? Like, especially amongst, like, the wood table?
Um.
I guess I should try and throw the line shader, the outline shader on it to see if it'll... That outline shader implementation on that wood table is, like, really weird.
Yeah.
Maybe because the line's just too thick, or because the geometry of this has a lot of oddly curved surfaces that actually aren't very curved. It's like a very low poly sort of curve, so it kind of toys around with it a little bit. Biggest thing is the bottom, but I mean, I should just clip that part into the floor anyways. There's like some weird thing
One
going
thing
on with
is
the
the
corners.
extruder kind of blends into the floor,
That's true.
like in terms of color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that could affect visibility. Let's go here. Just gonna throw this guy here, and you can like kind of pretend the player's behind it. I guess we could literally put the player character behind this thing. Just like the
I
mesh of
mean,
them.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of it being like maybe virtual or like kind of not. Because there's already like the disjoint between like you're in a certain space and then you go into a completely different space. So like keeping it
Yeah.
kind of like the player not being there
Yeah.
might help like with that distance or whatever.
Yeah. We'll have to see. Uh,
Yeah.
there's like a kind of mix of like a spectrum of like how grounded versus how surreal the visuals of the game need to be. Um, honestly, we really kind of have open license to treat it however we want and not worry too much about it. Um, I guess
Yeah.
player feedback will be the ultimate tell of like, this is really confusing. I mean, that's like the real red flag is if the player just says like, this is actually just like, I don't really know what happened. I'm confused. Then that means we definitely need to change something. But if it's something that just like kind of like just doesn't get elicit any sort of response, I guess we could say like maybe the art isn't pretty enough, of which like, you know, a good response is someone saying like, oh, shiny, ooh, this is nice, this is cozy, this is warm, because that's like the vibe of the game. So
Yeah.
the
Honestly, maybe it's just because it's like the middle of winter, but I just like how sunny it feels.
I think in general, yeah, we'll have to make a way, because I guess, you know, the game has like farming sim aspects. There will probably be seasons, and there will probably be winters, like a cold and warm season, right? And so
Yeah.
we'll have to figure out how to make that also cozy. Um, I mean, it's going to be 70 degrees today here in Southern California. So,
Oh,
like, winter is not this, like, the same
yeah.
between us. So, I guess I have a very different reference point for that. Um, so, that's kind of weird. But, like, it's interesting because this warmness, it does, like, at least the extruder head, there's, like, enough shadows being casted where the yellowness of the extruder actually doesn't blend in with the ground surrounding it. And I guess also,
Mhm.
we haven't put the outline shader on the extruder. It's kind of one of those
Yeah.
things where I guess the outline shader doesn't need to go on everything, especially things that are considered unimportant. So that's kind of what I don't know if you remember. I showed you like that Studio Ghibli style art where it's like some things have the black outlines, and that's usually like the point of focus, and then like the surrounding foliage doesn't, or it's like weakened to an extent. So maybe if this didn't have a black outline at all, this table, if I just like turned it off in its scenery or whatever, or I just made this version local so I could selectively turn it off here. Oh wait, no, oh, I have to go in
I
here.
mean, I feel like it might make more sense. The outline might feel like right now it's kind of just like like one object and an
Yeah,
outline. But if we have like walls with stuff on it with outlines, then it
that's true.
like makes sense. I don't know.
That's true. Um, I guess I could really quickly at least throw it onto the extruder head really quick, the extruder body. Since that's kind of like a one-click
Yeah.
operation here. I could edit this surface. Yeah, material.
Oh, one thing that we might want eventually is so like right now the way it's in is like a visual thing just to indicate whether you're bridging or not.
I saw that ring
Instead of
around the extruder head.
yeah.
So
So I don't know, just like something to think about when you're working on art stuff, I guess.
yeah, I like this idea of the ring, and actually, I was gonna use the ring at the bottom here. That's like kind of our symbol. It's like our visual language for when something is more or less kind of sci-fi magic that we just don't have the capacity to explain. So the fact that this thing hovers with these light rails, it's like it's lasers, whatever. And the fact that the print bed also hovers, it's like it's hovering because that thing makes it hover. So we could have
Yeah.
that ring, and I think it being off, like if actually just it looked like this when you're regular extruding, and then it turned blue when you're bridging extruding, could be a good visual indicator. So like
Yeah. Yeah.
if that was like permanently affixed and not transparent, um, we would have to grab the material for the blue stuff, which I think I did in Blender, but I might be able to just export it as a material, like extract it from those and just put it in the resources folder so we could apply it to anything that has a slot for a material. I guess I could check that right now.
Yeah.
So if I go to quite literally any one of these meshes, um, the blue magic, yeah, I could get this and I could save it as, is it gonna pop up in a dialogue or something? No, it's just gonna crash Godot.
Oh. Uh,
Um, Either that, or I could go in the import settings and I could extract the materials. I think Godot's just it just froze my desktop, so I just gotta wait for Godot to just kind of catch up. So I'm
okay.
surprised you could still hear me. Oh, my mouse cursor is still active. Um, oh, it's just my GUI's just frozen for like my entire desktop. So I'm just gonna wait. um,
Um,
is it showing on stream? The stream looks like it's also
it's
frozen.
I mean I can see your webcam moving, but
Oh, is the webcam moving? So if I go
yeah.
to
Oh, and your cursor is moving too.
okay, let me.
Godot's not updating.
I just will control it from the stream really quick to kill Godot. Hold on.
You know, this might have happened to me too, like where it just kind of like freezes. I don't know. I thought
Okay,
it was yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna try and switch to my other workspace. It's stream delay, so I'm. Oh, the hotkey didn't work. Does that let me? So is my desktop not reactive? Yeah, it's the UI is not reacting on the top left here. Well, this is quite the pickle.
For
Why
me,
my
what
desktop
happened is
environment would
I did
freeze?
Control Alt Delete, and eventually my drive, like my graphics driver, like said that it timed out or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Was this the same thing that might have been attributed to physics interpolation?
yeah. I mean, the log file for that complained about physics interpolation, so I don't know if it's the same thing, but
But it was a really similar sort of freeze.
yeah, it could be like something connected, like which was being called by physics interpolation or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, at least we still got the chill lo-fi beats playing. Um. Oh, let me just turn down the stream. I'm here. I'm live. Um, I guess I could take this time to ban this spam user. Spam. Cool. um, I wonder if it's ever gonna recover, or if I'm gonna have to restart the stream. Because I'm
So
guessing like a reboot would kill this, but could also kill the stream.
yeah, is your like computer just like frozen, or is it doing anything?
The only thing I could see responding to my inputs is my cursor. Both like the OBS preview, like all UI elements on my desktop have frozen. I'm actually the only reason why I know that the webcam's moving is because I'm looking at the live stream on my phone. I could try and remote in from another device really quick to see if it
I
could grab
mean,
another session of my desktop.
I don't know. I think it's probably something you need to reboot if it's still frozen. Like that's kind of,
I'm gonna give
I
it a
don't know.
try. I'm gonna give it
Yeah.
the old college try.
Does Linux have like an equivalent of Control Alt Delete?
Uh, yeah, probably. Um, Let me see
I don't
here.
know if that did something when I was having this issue, but
I can try and.
not much.
Oh! I was able to tap. Oh, you know what actually happened? I know what
But
happened. Because now so this is like kind of something that I think is very Godot specific. The sometimes okay, this is back. I've recovered it. um, I just had to switch tab, like alt tab basically, or do the equivalent here. So what will happen is when the UI hangs, or if there's like a weird visual graphical glitch, the way that like the sort of windows are composited or rendered or whatever, it will just like take the last frame on the whole desktop and it'll just like leave that on top. Like, so like technically stuff could like show underneath. So one example of that, I guess let me first save this resource and then I can like kind of show you in practice. But this is like a weird like Linux like X11 like window thing. Where's this gonna be? Materials. I can call this I'm just gonna call it Blue Magic like I call it in Blender. So if you watch it on the stream and I run the generic 3D printer level scene, this is really strange. Is say I want to full screen this to see more of this window and to like get rid of focus on the editor. So it's rendering these. It's like rendering the game window, right? Inside of this like larger window. If I tab back to Godot, like the editor proper, it like you can kind of see it already. It will, well, that's like switching to another workspace, so that doesn't really work. So do you see this on the stream right now? This is still the game
yeah.
window, but it's not in focus. So
Oh,
sometimes the windowing or the rendering, like the compositor, doesn't really know what to do. It like freaks out because it's like, oh, is it in focus? Is it not in focus? But it doesn't put it, like keeps it on top. It's like when you like mark a window to stay on top, but it'll just do that with like the entire desktop sometimes, and it'll keep it on top of whatever else you're trying to do. Okay, so it was happening, but with the entirety of the like the entire editor window was doing that, and I think it was like it that caused OBS to kind of freeze up. Strange,
that's weird. Yeah.
but you know, we done figured it out.
Yeah. What errors are you getting in the console?
Let me check. Quit the main menu, file not found. I don't know why the quit to main menu would be looking for the nozzle
So the
mesh.
nozzle mesh got deleted.
Yeah, I
And
deleted it because it was old.
I think in the main menu it's using that for the. I think we just need to replace that printer being shown in the main menu with the new one.
Oh, I see now. Yeah, I see. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I could just do that really quick. What probably happened was I made that scene local and I attached the script with the camera panning around it. It's also worth just renaming this distinct case. Hopefully that doesn't break any of our references. It probably will.
I mean, a lot of stuff is broken right now, so we'll find whatever breaks.
Yeah. Main menu. And so actually I didn't attach the script to that, so that's good. So let's replace this stuff and then instance like the good printer. Should I just instance this whole scene? I mean, it kind of makes sense that the whole scene could just live there. Yeah, make it local so that there's and attach the scripts or
yeah, I mean, maybe if you can detach the scripts without making it local, that might work better. But
I think that would detach them everywhere though, right? So I'll just keep this local copy since it's just eye candy anyways.
Yeah.
What we can do at some point is we could use the repro script so that the main menu has the printer in motion doing stuff. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Since like, you're seeing it in action. This is probably going to break some of the dialogic stuff for the UI for loading main menu or clicking back to main menu because I renamed the scene. And we're using like the node path for that, right? Or the path to the main menu.
Yeah.
Yep, just right here.
Oh.
The fade in, yeah. So I'll just have to edit this really quick. So I deleted the camera, which was a child of this, so I wonder where I should put that. Let me just undo really quick to where the old one is. Camera. Where are you in relation to all this other stuff, though? Scene 3D printer. Oh, okay. I think I could just copy that and just put that in the world. It doesn't actually need to be a child of 3D printer. And then just redo the steps of reinstancing this bad boy. Making you local. Attaching all scripts.
So just like one thing is if you edit it in a different scene, it won't edit the children, so you don't actually have to make it local if you enable editable children.
Okay.
But since it's just a visual thing, it might be easier to make it local. I don't know.
Well, if we make an update to this, we might as well just have it be inherited so that we can make it local. Like, or we could just see the changes reflected every time. So it'll be good to keep the inheritance actually.
Yeah.
Let's just detach the scripts. Yeah. Yeah, those changes wouldn't travel up through the inheritance unless we edited the actual inherited scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to add the environments to the actual scene. Just gonna do this the cheapo way. Although we'll probably make an inherited scene that includes the environment and the sun, which we kind of already have for some stuff. We just haven't tweaked it and made it universal yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's back to the main menu. Now I have to fix all the references to going to the main menu and all the scripts. So I'll just do it in the internal editor. This is an interesting error that I got. Was this just because I got rid of a script that was using this from this 3D printer scene?
Yeah, I mean, it's not in that scene anymore, so I'm guessing that's all it was.
Yeah. Is there any of these that's just like non-visuals that I could just delete.
I mean, the white ones, those are just nodes, so they're not even 3D. You can delete those if you want.
Oh, it can't because that would truly break the inheritance to a point where it'd be really unhappy. Okay. Well, we will probably there'll probably be a way around that. I'm not gonna worry too much about that error for right now. Let me call this camera.
Oh, is it still giving you that error if you run it again?
I'll try. Let me clear the errors. And then run it again. And then I guess I could just quit. Void system throw helper throw object dispose exception. Cannot access dispose object rope enter movement.
That's kind of weird.
Considering there's no rope being made.
Are all the scripts detached?
I think so. At least
You
all the
might just
scripts
need
that the 3D
to.
printer uses.
Yeah, I mean, if the one on the ropes node is detached, it shouldn't have that even running.
Ropes.
It might just be a Godot thing. You might just need to like relaunch or something.
Yeah, let me just reload the project. Sometimes like there would be something where I make a scene local or something like that, and I have to like save it, and then it'll update all those things to be local, all the resources, so that you could actually edit them and things like that. So sometimes with some of these instant stuff, it kind of makes sense that sometimes it'll want to be reloaded. Still getting the error, I'm guessing. Yeah.
So I guess it's being called from GD script probably. I wonder it was there a rope simulation script in the main menu scene before? I might be getting access by like an autoload or something like maybe an autoload is not able to find it now or something.
I don't think so. I think the other stuff, it was quite literally I just grabbed the meshes. I could just delete this and just grab the meshes out of the scene and copy paste them like I did before with like the furniture that I put into the 3D printer scene.
Yeah, I feel like I saw the script in there before. But, I'm not sure why that error is happening.
Globals.
I mean, does it still happen if you delete all that visual stuff that, like, if you just delete the 3D printer?
Yeah, let me give that a try. Let me clear. It could be something with the way that I implemented a script to orbit the camera. I haven't looked at that script in a long time. It's also really simple, so.
Yeah,
So now the error is gone. So it does lie somewhere within the 3D printer scene I'm instancing.
You might need to just make it local and maybe it'll stop complaining.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Well, we can just try it. Let's make you local. Let's detach all of the scripts here. Yeah, the error's gone. So there was something going on. There was probably a script inside of an inherited like node inside of this. Like maybe this progress bar node. I just also forgot to detach it, so.
Yeah, I think it
That would be tied to the
Yeah,
rope of some sort. So let me just detach it.
yeah. I
I
mean,
think
you
I
can
just
just
missed
delete
it.
the. I
Let
mean,
me
I
make
didn't
this
see
not
it there.
local and then see if I just missed that script. Because I feel like that behavior shouldn't be so different and weird.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good to know if this is like a bug Godot has. I don't know.
Yeah, I just didn't realize that script attachment was so low. Let's get all the way down to here. I think that's probably it, if I were to guess. Nope. There's a script in one of its inherited children somewhere that's trying to do something that is just opaque to us. So it could be any.
I mean, try making the under controls local. I don't
This
know.
scene or something. Can I make a sub scene of an inherited? No, I'd have to make the whole thing local first. It doesn't break when I make it local, so I guess I could just make it local. And if we update it, just gotta remember to
Yeah.
update this. Like, no big deal. What's going on here? Oh, with table and stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'll just make it local. Whatever.
Okay.
It's not worth stressing
Yeah.
out. It's yeah. There's nothing else
Well,
that I
it
can think
doesn't
of that
make
has
that.
this.
I don't know. I feel like it's just a Godot bug at this point. I don't
Yeah,
really know.
it's just being weird.
Yeah.
Let me just get rid of anything that's not visual data. Initial nozzle print. Second to break something.
No, that can go.
This is the extruder. All of this stuff can go. Print bed. I guess we don't need the parenting to happen anymore now that the print bed doesn't move, right?
Well, that's just so that there's an offset. Like that was just like changing the like how
Oh,
the
okay.
how the rope looks like by changing the size of the collider. So that needed to change that. Yeah, you can delete that static
Oh,
body.
yeah, it's just a collider.
Yeah.
Line to duplicate. Oh, I'm guessing that's how you did the motion stuff. Okay.
Oh,
Does that mean that via script
yeah.
that actually gets duplicated?
Yeah, so
I think I could just,
yeah,
since it's
maybe
not
do it
moving.
manually.
It's not moving, so it doesn't really matter. There, the line to duplicate has been duplicated.
There's four
Base.
more for the vertical ones.
Oh, okay. Let me actually just make this window bigger so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Guess I could kind of cheat it like this. There. And let me just shrink this. Where's the printer console? Along here. I'm gonna move you to the bottom since you're so like auxiliary to everything else here. And let me get these two lines. Oh, actually just one of them. Yep. Alright, that looks like it's everything. There we go. And then there's all the references I broke for oh, I can't like search through all these scripts, can I?
I can probably do that on my end. Just like the what was it before, like main menu and Okay.
Splash screen. I think that's just it, and then the like the pause screen. I think this is
Um,
the only. Oh, then there's the last tutorial, I guess, or the last signature level.
in printer score dot CS, there's also a Back Online 118. Um,
Score.cs.
um,
Yeah, that's it.
there's credit. Did you already change credits? .gd.
Nope.
There, that's on line 21.
Yeah, I just got it. Let's see.
Pause screen.gd, line 50.
Yeah, I got that one.
Splash screen.gd, line 8.
Yeah, I got splash screen.
Signature level.cs, line 98.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that was everything. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we'll do a playtest at some point, and then we'll see when the main menu fails to load. I'm just trying to think of where you could get to the main menu in this game. It's like at the very end, the very beginning, and the pause screen in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just good to kind of clean that up and get that in proper style as everything else. It's interesting that this error, this warning for physics interpolation, keeps on popping up. I have definitely disabled this tip.
Yeah. You know,
That's
you
gotta be a
might want to
bug.
just like edit the add-on to not do that.
Yeah, because I've definitely gone to Phantom Camera here, tips. This is not checked in. Like, so
Yeah.
I don't know why it doesn't apply properly. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe there could be a case where because we are trying to do like smooth physics-based camera movement in the overworld, like if there was a way to selectively per scene enable and disable physics interp. Um,
Yeah.
but
Um,
if not, it's not the end of the world.
I'm sure we can change it like through um engine call or whatever. I mean, they're probably
That's how we do our video settings, basically, right? It's like we're
yeah.
modifying those. So I can imagine it being the same. Alrighty. Well, that handles extruder movement with the new extruder decorations, and that was like kind of our goal. I think maybe I'm gonna do a half hour's worth of art because it is pretty easy to make some of the art assets, especially if I'm just doing like kind of a once over on them. But from 4 to 6 p.m., which is in half an hour, will be me composing music, of which I'm probably not going to be on Discord for that, like, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. And you're probably going to bed, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty
Right.
then. Yeah, we took care of the things that we need to take care of.
Yep.
Alrighty,
All right.
sounds good. Probably see you
Have a
tomorrow.
good one. Yep. See ya.
Alright, bye.
All right. Bye.
Let's see here. Getting ads soon. So now we're gonna transition back to art creation stuff. So it's gonna be a lot more work in Blender, and it's gonna be back here in the demo room. I wonder. I'm not gonna focus on lighting. So we've gotten this table done. This outline is not looking good on this table though, because of the way that the the corners are just like rounded in like a not very like smooth fashion. What else we got? Well, that needs to go. That's old. Then this generator could probably use another passover. Or like, hmm. Yeah, all of this stuff. There's just like a bunch of things. I'm gonna start with the water feature actually. I'm gonna try and make that look rustic. Like it's made out of wood. I think that would be the nice, like a little wooden trough. I think that looked really nice. I think this might just be. It just looks a little bit out of place when it's made out of like a solid surface like this. Let me see. Can I even click on that object? Okay. Well, let's just focus on it manually. So. Yeah. Okay. Also, this room just is going to be closed off. I'm going to do the water trough, but then I'm actually going to do, if I have the time and I don't need to transition over to music, I will probably go over the walls. So I've been trying to make materials in Material Maker, and that's where this floor material came from. And it's pretty nice. I found a pretty good balance, but Material Maker on my desktop environment is so like unstable. It crashes very often. Crashes pretty hard. Um, so I'm wondering if I should just use some other techniques to get a material out of these walls that isn't just blank white. Um, Even just some noise to make it look like it's like white plaster of some sort. That would be just like a tiny bit of texturing on it. But let's just transition over to Blender, and I could talk about that as we go along. So just don't look right. All right. So I'm kind of thinking that this water feature, maybe I should go into Zen mode or something so I could see more of the editor here. It will, first of all, that hole in the wall is just going to be wider, and it's also going to have rounded corners. It kind of look more like that. And then I want this to have a sort of V shape with a flat bottom right here. So something like that. So I'll need that same sort of V shape here. Probably something like that. So I guess I could... It'll probably still be made out of cubes, so I'll keep using this cube. Let's go into full screen for this. And we kind of did want it to be multi-tiered. So I'm wondering if it should start higher up on that first wall. Start higher up and then kind of drop down like a terraced trough thing. Which means that we'll have to create little waterfalls. I wonder if I could just do that with a plane, a curved plane. So I guess if I drop from the side, it'll kind of like, there'll be a trough. And then it'll drop down to a lower trough. I can make these all the same length, so it's easy to copy and paste. And then a bucket, like a rustic bucket that catches the water. So there'll have to be some planes that are stretched over like that and then put a water shader over it. I wonder if that'll look too weird. It's not going to be super aggressive water. That also does mean that the this guy here, the water paddle will have to be raised up a sort of way. So maybe I'll have to like fake some gears or something when it comes to the how the water paddle connects to the generator, like the water wheel. But we'll try and keep it simple. And luckily, that's copy and pastable for the most part. So let's figure that out. And if I get that done by the time I have to start working on music, that's actually like a huge bit of progress. So let's just tweak these. What's your X dimension going to be? Going to be like 10 centimeters. No, that's too thin. Well, that's also really tall. This is 0.5 meters. Yeah, that looks a lot more kind of appropriate. And then 2 meters. Let's make these planks of wood 4 meters across. That's really long, actually. Let's do 3. um, something like that. And I'll apply the scale. 545. That's really wide. I wonder if I should do it like 60, but like not 60, 30. Actually, I should start with the flat piece first. Rotate that 90, and then duplicate this, rotate it along the, what is it, y-axis, 30 degrees. Well, 60 degrees now. Kind of place it like that. Rotate 60 degrees. So that's kind of the trough. That's quite literally about as simple as that'll get. Um, Actually, honestly, that might just be it. Just some beveling on each of these. I'll probably do the beveling, the editing work on here, and then duplicate it. So let's actually go over here. Can I just bevel all edges and see if that just breaks it? That's kind of what we want. Just like a tiny bit of bevel. Yeah, honestly, let's just prototype this first and see how this looks. So let me call this trough. Just save it there. Let's go back to the front view. Oh, Shift D, rotate 60. Shift D, rotate 60. It's okay, it doesn't have to be nailed together. And this is just kind of our object. So now all these get a material, and it's just going to be like wood brown, right? We'll just make it wood brown. And a material preview. That's really dark. I kind of want a more... It's going to be dark because it's going to be like where it gets kind of waterlogged. So maybe a rich, darker brown. Something like that. Very simple. It's going to be very rough. It's not going to be super shiny. It doesn't have like a clear coat on it. It's not going to be very reflective either. Something like that, maybe. So we'll just give that a try, honestly. And if I want to make this longer, I could just connect them end to end. I'm just going to focus about what they look like on the inside. Alrighty. I guess maybe should I do the material for the water here in Blender? I'd have to look at tutorial for that. But it's worth trying and checking out. Blender water material EV. Let me see if that's possible. Maybe it'd be easier to do the water shader in Godot. Godot water shader. There's probably already an open implementation of it already on Godot shaders. So let's take a look. We need like a running water shader. This one's cute. I wonder if too bright. That's Toon Style. That's like Wind Waker. Pixelated as 2D, 2D. Is there a way to do this by sorted by 3D. All these are in like good open licenses, and that's really nice. Water waves, sprite water, so that's 2D. Another water shader. Something for running water. 2D procedural water, ripples, 2D, 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 Wind Waker, no textures, anime water, stylized water. That's really old. Stylized water with depth fade. This might be a good candidate. I wonder if I can make it move? If I can make it flowing water. So I might have to edit one of these to be flowing if they don't have a variable for that. Snell's window. That looks interesting. All these are so clear. I don't know if I want the water to be very clear, but I'll try this one first just to see. Updated advanced water shader that samples the screen texture and absorbs defined color values depending on depth. Comes with simple player interactions and refraction. Reflections are possible. Now comes with screen space reflections with interpolated step distance for higher performance / quality. Other Godot internal reflection methods are still desirable to cover off-screen reflections. Caustics are now refracted and depend on the coordinates of the underlying mesh. Create a new mesh instance with a plane, add material shader, add wind intensity. Oh, okay. There's like a wind direction. So that's more for big water, but I could kind of maybe tweak that to equal like a flow of wind direction where it's flowing in one way. Parameters, and then I could kind of change these parameters. Caustics. Scroll speed. Ah, that's probably, I could just get it to scroll in the direction I want it to flow. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, well, I guess I could just get this shader by copying and pasting the shader code. Is that how that works? I've done this before. Yeah, copy. What license is this under? Let's make sure I'm not. This is CCO. Okay, Creative Commons. Ooh, and then grass. That was something that we are going to take a look at as well. Yeah, leveraging shaders for a lot of this stuff would probably be a good idea. The screen's so bright, it's like blowing out the webcam. That's crazy. All right. Let's grab this shader as well. But let me just export the Blender, this little guy. This little guy is so simple. Very cute. Let's go to the assets folder. Models. This is all going to need to be sorted in one way or another at some point. There's no modifiers, but I'll just make sure you keep that consistent. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of replace this in place. Oops, let me exit Zen mode and go to demo room. Let's find that part of this room here. That's the table. There's a bit for this. One door generator, so that's that. Printer, I've already replaced that. Where is the... Yeah, it's definitely part of level. Door? Oh, I've already kind of gotten rid of door. I sit down there. Oh, I just moved it down. I'm just gonna make this local. I think this is gonna be a sort of room of Theseus, and this stuff's just gonna get replaced at some point. Generator. Here's the water wheel. Generator wheel axis. I'm gonna get rid of that. Generator vehicle wheel. Oh, it got imported as a wheel. That's interesting. Not too worried about this stuff then. Where's the trough? Where's this whole thing? Entry. I guess I'll just go through these until it shows up. I selected here. Printer. Just delete that version of the printer because it's no longer relevant to us. The old table. That can be deleted. So is this geometry... Hello? Is it tied with something else? Where's the room? Oh, is it just part of level? It's part of level. This whole thing is level. Okay. What I'll probably do then instead is actually get rid of this. I think my artist did actually upload the individual assets, so I could put the room back in without the water feature that's like put there. So let me go to this. I think it will probably be here. If I were to guess. There's a demo room. Yeah, here we go. Character models, foliage, tree. I wonder if he modeled the whole room together. Yeah, I think that's the case. He did make a room V2, so maybe I should take a look at that. Yeah, and I'll have to do a big sort with this as well. Let me just start with the more sort of blank version of this then. And reconstruct it this way, since I'm just taking a look at how it fits in with the dimensions of the room. So, trough. Let's just see you in the game. Yeah, that's actually pretty good dimensions-wise. Pretty happy with the way that looks. Something like that, but then raise it up a few. Let's just clip you into the wall really quick. And then I will duplicate you and put you low. Yeah. Duplicate you again. All those probably need to be raised, and then this also needs to be pushed back. I'm gonna clip through the wall more. But now we've got the little terrace trough buddy. There we go. We'll punch a hole up in that wall up there. And then we'll draw some planes that act as little waterfalls. And then we'll make the little bucket. I think I want to tweak this guy's Y to 1.5. Yeah. And then both of these actually bring those up. And then that way we can make this bucket, the little bucket, a little bit bigger. Something like that. And then the waterfalls don't have to be extreme. We don't have to worry too much about splashing. I guess there will be a way that these are mounted on the wall somehow, or there'll be some legs. Ooh, there's a lot of flickering going on. I don't know if you guys see that. Oh, that's because it's Z fighting with the collision shapes. Okay. So that's something that we don't have to worry about right now. Alrighty then. Let me just check this notification really quick. The guy reaching out to me on LinkedIn. I don't know them, but let's see. Okay. I guess I could just try and follow the instructions for the water shader and just see if I could just get it going. Sorry for surprise blinding you guys. So there's directions on this. Create a new mesh instance with a plane. I'll go out of full screen mode for this. I'll minimize you. This is good. I'll minimize you. I'll just follow these instructions one for one. How small can I make this? Boom. We're tutorializing. Or we're not tutorializing. The tutorial is izing us. So create a new mesh instance with a plane. Let me do this like just at the top level here. Mesh instance. And then this mesh instance will contain a plane mesh. Oh, we're gonna need to add shader material to this. Right. New shader material. And I could save this as a generic water shader. It looks like we're gonna have to... Oh, this is gonna be global. We need to add shader globals. Oh, I don't know if that'll be good, because if we do an outdoor water, we'd need to use different shader or different parameters. I don't know if I like that then. Um, I guess they get modified here anyways. Let's try it, and I could always get rid of it. Project settings, global, shader globals. So let's add wind intensity. That's gonna be a float. Wind direction. It's gonna be a vector 3. Player position. That's also gonna be a vector 3. Add suitable noise textures in the shader parameters. Add your player movement script, a way to adjust player position uniform through the rendering server with global position. I'm not gonna worry about that because the player's not gonna move through the through the water right now. I will probably worry about that later. So I guess player position isn't super necessary, but I'll just keep it in case the shader needs it. And then just comment out the defines that you want. Okay. So let me grab the shader. Let's copy this. New shader. Let's call this water shader. And let's not put it as a scene. Let's put you in the resources. Is there a shaders place? Shaders. So let's add water shader. And then let's edit this water shader. Okay, let's go back to our water. And you're there and you exist. Oh, it's like kind of just works. I will need to edit this this mesh so that it's like appropriately skinty for this. Something like that maybe. I'll have to edit the plane. So where's your plane? Here's your planitudes. Make you skinnier. Or raise this up. Frankly, this needs to be raised up. Yeah, it's clipping a little bit. And then let me just adjust the transform of this. So it's like on the grid per se. Here's your transform. -9, 2.6, 0.5. It's actually like pretty darn close to what I need. Let's see if I can move you be halfway along the length of this guy. That looks pretty good. Just make you longer. This is gonna be 3 meters long. That's pretty darn close. Yeah, I think that is on to where it needs to be. Then I'll make it actually a little bit shorter to account for the fact that the waterfalls are going to take some space. That looks pretty good. Now, what I need to do is there's something about scroll direction in here. So let me go to the one of these parameters, I'm guessing. Let's go back to full screening this so I can see more of this. Scroll speed. If I make this 1, make you scroll really fast. Huh! Where'd it go? Where's the water? It's displaced. Why is it displaced at all? Why don't I just have it live where it wants to live? It's kind of weird that that is like that. Maybe I'm misinterpreting something. Okay. The scroll speed isn't really showing any sort of flow. It's kind of stagnant. Let's get this in the sun really quick to get better lighting. I'm just gonna add a light over this guy. Light. You just need an omni light. Just add more lights around this area for now. Just totally temporary and not at all necessary, but just take a look at you. Water. What if I add the outline to you? Does it look silly? It doesn't make a difference at all. These troughs do need the outline, I'm pretty sure. Color. Absorption color. What happens if I change that? If I change that, is it gonna let me undo? If I absorb purple. This doesn't really seem to be doing anything I can notice right now. Oh, I could change, okay, make it a little bit darker. Make it red. Because this looks like ocean water. I could make it, and it's like super clear. Maybe there's a way to talk about it's clarity. Whoa. Well, that's something. That's really bright. Beer's Law. Oh, that's like affecting. I don't know what these things. I guess if I mouse over them. Nope, they don't put descriptions on them. How shiny are you? You're really shiny? You're not shiny? I guess you can't even see if it's floating. Well, I screwed up a lot of parameters really quick. Hold on. Hold on. I think honestly, I could take that I could take that for now. These troughs should probably have back walls. I didn't really think about that part. And you're never moving the camera underneath this. And there'll be a waterfall kind of covering this stuff. So there's that. Displacement, scroll speed. I thought that would kind of affect its flow. Edge thickness. How thick do you want the water? Do you want your water extra thick? Oh. Whoa. Oh, that looks really good. Actually, I don't know what edge speed is. But I actually think getting rid of making the edge not thick gives you a much more better interpretation of what the water should look like. And from here, from the camera view, that looks pretty slick. It does look like it's like a huge ocean in like a bathtub. But we're getting the point across. Water looks tasty. Okay. Not worried about the player because they're not walking through this. Caustics. That's like this stuff. The little reflecty bits. Um the default was kind of fine, actually. Range. Oh, like how variable it is. Seems like to be like strength. That's like glowing water. Yeah, let's leave those on the defaults for now. Screen space reflections. I guess that's just a like the environment will handle that. Oh, scroll speed. Scroll offset. Well, this is part of the normal map, so maybe that's still not what I'm really looking for it flowing. And that's okay. It's just kind of got the illusion of flow. So what I'm going to do is, because the troughs are named a certain way, I'm actually going to put the waters and duplicate them in sort of the same way. So water 2 goes by trough 2. Is water 1 like that? Water 2. Are you on the grid? You look like you're on the grid. And then water 3. Just 3 meters over. There we go. Yeah, we're getting there. Then I guess I'll have to figure out how to do a waterfall. Because it's definitely not going to be that. Maybe even a 2D waterfall just as a plane over this would look pretty nice. And then the bucket. Whoa, okay, I can see the reflections now. Wait, is it reflecting this? Is that supposed to happen? It's reflecting the light bulb icon, which isn't going to exist in the real world, but it's funny that it's rendered right now. Because that light's going to be invisible. The light source thing is going to be invisible. Okay, we're getting there. If I run this scene... Yeah, look at it. Look at it go. There's water over there. And the player's underneath it. So that's pretty dope. That looks pretty nice and didn't take a lot of work on my part. So I'm pretty happy about that. I think that's all I could do on the visual side of things right now without eating up into the time I need to take to work on sound. So I'm gonna work on sound. So it's gonna be time where I'm just working in Reaper, composing a little bit. I gotta clean up my desk because I can't even see my MIDI keyboard, and also I gotta wipe it down. It's gathered some dust over time. So while I do that, it'll probably just be a good time for a little bit of a little break. Also, my music stopped. Where's the beats? Oh, did we finish the playlist? I probably should have repeated it. How do I go back? I thought this would repeat. I thought this would loop. Alright, well, let's get some lo-fi time in while I clean up my desk. So let me just do this, and I'll mute my mic. And we will be in music mode in about 5 minutes. I also gotta use the restroom, so more like, yeah, like 5 minutes. All right, I'm almost ready. I'll probably start a new. This is old. New project. Getting the headphones on so I can actually hear what I'm writing. Unless I should try and write this game soundtrack without headphones. Perfect time for an ad break. Wow, we're so good at that. Alright, this MIDI keyboard here is like so dusty, and that's just a sign as to how little I've been writing music stuff. So maybe this demo should have like 3 songs. I want to raise this chair. I want to be seated much higher than I usually am when just computing, because this MIDI keyboard's quite high up. Up straight. I should have had a footrest or something, but I could just put out this leg rest here. I wonder if this will be comfy at all. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna need to use the foot pedal. So I need to have my feet sort of on the ground. Soundtrack's gonna be super minimalist. Oh, I guess I'm not gonna be having Spotify on during this. So let's turn that off for now. Just close Spotify. I think we're just gonna be composing for the rest of this. So let's take a sort of little analysis time to sketch out before I actually start putting notes on the page. Otherwise, I could be here for hours just toying around with random sounds and not really getting like an idea. Also, there's just a bunch of crap on my desk. I gotta clean out my desk at some point. Like, there's just too much crap here. Needs to be sorted out. So I gotta move some stuff. I guess there was an update to Reaper that disconnected my MIDI device, my little MIDI controller here. So I have to go in here and then I have to fix that. So give me a second. Preferences, MIDI input. So this is always getting messed up. Um, so now I have to. It like creates a new MIDI device every time something happens. You set all MIDI devices. Try. So it just, I mean, it got duplicated. So there's this now. So now I should be getting, yeah, that's fine. So now if I add a virtual instrument, I don't know, let me see what I have here. What, Cardinal synth? This might be weird. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with something like Cardinal right now. So let's actually find something that's a little bit more, that's less of like a Eurorack synth. And let's also get my headphone cable out of the way for you guys. Is that still in the way? Yeah, it's right in, that is right in the way. I can't get that any more in the way than how it just was. Oop. Let's put you. What's a good way to get you not in the way? You're in the way of my screen. You're in the way of the camera. Just get this mic somewhere over here. And what I was doing is I was tucking this cable just behind the camera or behind the monitor. Now it's in the way of the MIDI keyboard, but I guess I could just work around that. That should be fine. Yeah, is that good? I have a bunch of synthesizers that I haven't really toyed around with. I haven't gotten really intimate with this sort of library of sounds I have. But I think in general, I'm gonna keep it pretty minimalist for the main menu. In terms of there's not gonna be a lot going on. Maybe it's one synth doing a lot of things. Maybe like 2 or 3 tracks with some like basically like a pad, a synth, like arpeggiated, and that's gonna kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. Since the rest of the game's gonna kind of take a lot of cues for like the kind of interactive soundtrack stuff. So I do want a polyphonic synthesizer. So let's take a look. Let's just take a look throughout some of these. J303 is what I just had out. There's one that's usually pretty good at for stuff like this. Senekobi? These are all monophonic. Let me see if I could find. I mean, let's stick with something electronic, something that kind of speaks a little bit solar punky. I will probably mix in for the full soundtrack something along the lines with like a blend of acoustic and electronic that kind of speaks to solar punk, like a mix of technology marrying into natural sounds. Um, of which, you know, I'll record real instruments at some point in time, but I don't think that's going to be today because today is more about getting a sketch done. So let's take a look. Surge would be good. Surge has a lot of good stuff. I don't know if the clap will crash Reaper. Um, but Wine is launching up Surge right now, and it could be crying, could be frozen. Let's see what happens. I'll just give it some time. Sometimes these synths coming from Wine get a little bit finicky. All right, did that? It didn't like that. Oh, it did like that. It's up. All right, let's take a look. Um, it's there's a little bit cut off here, so I'm wondering if there's something the UI is not responsive. Let's reload the UI really quick and see if I could get anything going. I actually don't think it'll respond, so let's not use. Clap does not. It doesn't like doesn't like Reaper for some reason. Doesn't like what I'm doing, I guess. Yeah, it's like totally like locking up Reaper. Yep, it just crashed. Yeah, can you die? Will you just crash? I wish that would float up to the top. Because the thing that's crashed is now taking up all the space. Let me just minimize you. Minimize you. Reaper is so upset right now. I think that's what crashed, actually, not just that window. So, where is that window? Where are you? Minimize you, but that window is not where I need it to be. Can I get you here? Yeah. Yeah, Reaper just died. So now Reaper's closed. Yeah, Reaper, when it crashes spectacularly. So, that's fun. Okay, I still get MIDI from what I do have. Dang it, this headphones cable is just wants to start a fight. Let's just do that, and I'll deal with the consequences later. No, that's not heal. Huh. I just want to install a virtual instrument here. I need to find a way to get this to hang out farther away. Here, I'm gonna move the mic. Okay, just some minor adjustments there. I'm afraid of snapping this. There you go. That should work and be out of the way simultaneously. There you go. Okay, well, worst comes to worst, I could put it like somewhere else, but that's fine. I'll take that for now. All right, so I don't think I should be using clap plugins. They don't work. They don't work for me. I don't know why. I thought the whole point of them was to be like super compatible with Linux stuff, but I don't think they're. I just don't think it's ironed out yet. If anything, I can also transition over to FL Studio and do some soundtrack stuff in there. It's also something I'm familiar with. Let's take a look at this. Oh, I did lose the MIDI device. Let's go back and get those MIDIs put back in. Just have this go away. Oh, we got it. Oh, you know what, though? You guys aren't getting any sound because of the way that Reaper routes audio through Pipewire. So, where's my... Is it Helvum? Is that we could fix this? Yeah, I wonder if I could get Reaper to come out through here. Which one? I think if I route you to here. Oops. Route you to here, and route you to here. And I go back to Reaper. It's all just coming out of one ear. Well, that's not what I want. Can you go out through this side? Oh! Oh, I think we've got it. And this should come out through this side. Wait, I've undone it. I'm gonna redo it. And then let me check the panning. So if I throw a pan on this, left side, right side. All right, we're cooking. Something a lot softer than this. What is this? I wanted to have a little bit. Oh, it'd be this. Yeah, there we go. Where's the cutoff filter on this? get polyphony as well. It sounds so like mellow. Okay, we're not gonna have LFOs. Ooh, that's really pretty. Let's just start playing around with these knobs and seeing what happens. A tiny bit of... That's like, this square wave's so thick. Oh, here's the cutoff filter. Also, we're gonna start with something high. You sound like sad. Why does this synth sound so sad? Eight voices? Is it the max I can do? Yeah, so... I just love it when it starts clipping and sounding crazy. That sounds a little bit more... Okay, let's add a little bit of release. I just want the synth to be super... I just want it to feel welcoming and not like harsh. With a short attack, it's like a little bit poppy. Oh, here's where the vibrato's happening. I wonder... Oh, this is free. Whoa. Whoa, it's all going to the left. I pushed those all to the left, so randomly they'll just end up going to the left. That's interesting. If I did left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. It's like ping-ponging back between the ears. If I just like I did like yeah, it is like ping-ponging back and forth. I don't know if that's what I want. I want to control that later, not through here. But that's an interesting thing. Glide. That's not like a portamento sort of thing. Let's see. Game filters. Okay. We could play around with this. We could start with just this. I'm not going to toy around with the sounds too much. I want to get notes down. So let's move on. We've chosen a synth. Probably start high. And then something along the lines of, since it has like a shorter attack, thinking about something that kind of... Yeah, let's just insert a new item here on this track. Oh, hello? No. That's what I'm... Oh, also I should save this project somewhere. So let me go back. And there's a layer by layer folder in here. I'm gonna actually save this as the main theme. I'm gonna overwrite because the other sketches it wasn't working. It's like an empty project anyways. Okay, let's go to this track. Insert MIDI item here. And let's just start with something simple. Yeah, let's just do an F major chord really quick. Where are you? And I don't usually do this, but I want to just copy and paste you a bunch. Where did everything go? Did I just lose track? Also, I can't hit the play button. Just doesn't like that. Something wrong with this right now. Yeah, but like not like that. Something like that. Yeah. Can I make these all shorter? Let's turn the grid into a 30-second note grid. And I think the tempo is a bit low. Let's bring this to 128 or something. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Then there'll probably be... Well, I wasn't sure if I was going to add something like percussion. I could probably fake sidechain compression by just going... This is like the jankiest way to do this, but that's okay. Actually, these also need to be low. I hope this is changing the velocity. It's not nearly as extreme as it needs to be. It's kind of weird that I'm just doing this manually. It's not super efficient, but that's okay. Can I loop this? I feel like that's not actually changing the volume of these. Oh, did I just lose lost audio on that again? What caused it to change? What caused you to change? Where did you go? Why aren't you going out here as well? I'm getting ads. Can I like make sure that that stays? I'm just gonna minimize this. Just stay there. It's also just loud. I guess I'll just have to actually do side chain compression then. Alrighty then. Let's just kind of make these all somewhat the same. Yeah, sure. Let's see. New virtual instrument. What do I got here? I do have... I have some drums somewhere along here. Drum. Let's do that. Oh, but these claps are gonna present issues. What are we at here? Blonde pop drum kit. Let's just go with something simple right now. Then let me see if I remember how to set up sidechain compression in Reaper. I might just need to Google it because we're all about composing fast right now. So let's go here. Let's do this. Okay, well, someone says it's not very fun to do it with Reaper. Let's see. There's a tutorial. This is 5 years old.
Hey guys, today we're gonna look.
Oh gosh. Okay. Thank you, sir. Let's do
in compression in Reaper.
I'll just lay down a kick.
So what is a sidechain? What is sidechain compression? What is sidechain gating? Well, sidechaining is when you take a signal from one source and you compress it or gate it using the signal of another source. For example, the bass guitar gets compressed every time the kick drum hits, or with a synth pad, it ducks down a level, or it gets this choppy effect. So we're going to do all those things in this video. First, let's listen to this track that I have here, just a little 4-bar loop of some synths, some drum samples, not a whole lot
really
going
upbeat
on,
tune.
but I think it sounds pretty cool. Let's hear it.
Let's hear this guy's music.
So
wow, Reaper looked very different back then.
Sidechain compression to automatically kind of balance out some things and also do it for some creative effects. We're going to start off with a slow way of setting this up, kind of the manual way, just so you can see all the steps, and then kind of you'll see the value of some of the shortcuts that I'll show you next. Let's take the synth bass, this one here.
I'm probably going to really quickly make a sidechain like a track and then route everything to this actually, so I could just add multiple instruments to it. So let me look at the routing, receive. I could just receive from all and then just send to master. These don't need to send to master anymore. Yeah, because they're all going to end up going through sidechain.
Now, let's set it up so that every time the kick and the snare hits, it ducks down a little bit and it makes those signals a little bit more clear. So we will set up a compressor on this track, and for this video, we'll be using Recomp, built-in plugins for every step that I show you here.
Probably going to need to add... Oops. Oh, that window's just gone now. I'm gonna add a compressor to this. I'm guessing that's where... Just the built-in compressor, yeah.
So we got Recomp on the bass synth track, this one right here. And then we're going to take a send from the bass drum track. We're going to split the signal and it's going to send into this track. So if I just make a send, it's going to actually duplicate the signal of the kick, and we're going to hear the kick on the synth track. So there's one other step we need to do here. Change the destination to new channels on receiving track and 3 and 4. So 3 and 4 is going to be an unheard separate channel on this track.
This is a little bit different because it's an older version of Reaper that he's using. Let me actually look at this from the drum sets perspective. So I think I'm good.
Track, which we can use with Recomp for triggering the compression. So enable that. We'll bring up the signal all the way up to the top. And now if I play this, I don't hear a change yet, but if you look at the meter, you can see that there's the kick signal there. So into Recomp we go, and we're going to set the detector input to auxiliary. And so that's going to take the inputs on 3 and 4, which is the kick, and we're going to use that as the signal for compression. So we see here on this meter, that's the kick now. We'll bring up the ratio. We'll turn down the threshold.
Okay, I see now. So this needs to be sent in a way that doesn't Like that. Okay, we're gonna toy around with those values. I think that's where we're going here. Thank you. That's interesting. What is this? Peaking? Alrighty. Let's change these routes until... There we go. Yeah, now we're seeing it. Yeah, we're getting there. Cool. We can go back to Master Sim. So anything I send out to that will now undergo the same sort of sidechain compression. That wasn't complicated. That was like fine. I feel like it's such a pain in the butt, and I didn't even go through all this. What's like the fast way? What's this guy talking about the fast way?
3-4. Let's just bring it up to Unity, the signal. Let the synth pad be heard every time there's a hi-hat. So it's kind of flipping it around.
Oh, that's a cool trick.
And 2-track, and then hit my keyboard shortcut.
Yeah. Let's just toy around with this compressor a little bit more. All right, I think that's, yeah, we're in a good spot. Let's I mean, let's just add some more chords. Okay, so this guy, thank you so much for helping the Reaper blog. That was very helpful. I don't know why he called it the long way. It's like kind of do it once, throw it to, you know, a new channel, and you're kind of good, like an aux send. So let's take the loop point of this. Let's just go through a handful of chords. Let's see, let's make this smaller. The zooming, I haven't gotten the zooming the way that I want to in Reaper yet. But we'll go over here. So we're going from, oops, we're in write mode right now. How do I turn that off? Because I actually don't want to write. I just want to preview. Yeah, get rid of step recording. So now we should just hear when I gotta re-enable the synth. So we go back here. So we here. You know, 1, 2, 5. Just keep it bright. So a bar of that. Probably do 2 bars of this. Oopsies. I gotta push you out further. 4 chords. 4 bars of chords. Oh, actually, I need that twice. This is gonna be like the most basic thing you've ever seen. Nice and simple and easy to follow. I'll probably change the chord progression at some point. But we're experimenting. Can I... Yeah. This gives me, I don't know, like semi-retro vibes. I'll probably need to change the synth now. Sounds like too subdued. So let's go back here now, and now we're kind of doing a little loop of like, oh, we're changing the sound, we're changing the tune, we're changing the sound, we're changing the tune. That's kind of the process I like doing. I could probably tweak this at some point in the song, do a new effect. Oh, that'd be a fun effect. Yeah, it's bright. Maybe it's a bit like... Maybe it's too bright. I don't know. That bass drum needs to change. I think that whole kit needs to be replaced with more electronic kit. Let's see what we could find. Like I do like the 4 on the floor kick sort of thing, but it's just like very. That's like really like, I don't know. Doesn't sound right. Do I have electronic kit? If I type in kit, these are all, for the most part, acoustic. Let's see. I think Drumlaboo might be the way to go. Before I select Drumlaboo, I really gotta save, because sometimes loading instruments, Reaper just gets mad. Just get mad at you. So, yeah, this is definitely gonna be a different sound. Oh. It's a little bit more modern. Oh, we're getting there. What does the snare sound like? Let's grab... Yeah, let's go over here. Let's start doing like the kick snare sort of thing. Yeah, you're gonna be so simple. Oh, where's the snare? Oh, okay, this is gonna be a bit of an adventure, isn't it? Start simple. Okay, these are all way too loud. Can I bring you down to a more appropriate level? Actually, and also, we're gonna need kick on all of these. Kick drum is inappropriately loud. Let's just turn this into the full beat. The kicks at the beginning, I wonder if there's a way I could still keep the compression while not letting it feed into the main signal. Like, so you feel the compression without hearing it, hearing the drum itself. Where are those hi-hats? It's gotta be more than that, right? Oh, that sounds like there's 5 sounds coming out of this. I think that's how you spell it. Drumaboo. Where'd you go? Oh, there's no H here. Oh well. There's a hi-hat sound here. Oh, what just happened? What's that open up? Close that. It's somewhere. So bass, snare, star drum. Is there a way to preview these sounds? Is there a way to... Oh, does that change everything that I just did? Oops. Let's go back to auto. Oh, that's the hi-hat sound? That hi-hat sounds a bit extreme. Can I click on these to preview them? Maybe this isn't the right... Oh! Took a while to load that one. That was scary. Whoa. Okay. Wow. It doesn't like switching while it's playing. This one's cute. I think I'm gonna... I'm gonna put this one... I'm gonna put that kid on ice right now, but I might save it for later. Let me look for another drum machine sort of deal. Do I have like a patch kit here? There's nothing going on here. I guess it's a drum sampler, so I'd have to change this with something else. So let's get rid of... Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's just remove you, and let's add another one. See if I have any other options. Drum synth. Kind of want something punchier. I might grab something from FL, like just create a drum set beat using something from MPC or something. Just to get the sound, like a modern poppy sound. It's something that FL would be really good at, actually. So let me just try a couple more. I did that one, Drum Gizmo? 16 out. Oh, there's like no UI loading. Oh, there it is. It's very small. I just crashed Reaper. it just died. Is FL Studio even up to date? I wonder if I could even update it. I might just do that. I mean, I didn't get super far in that process. I might need to just do this in FL Studio. It's a little bit more stable right now. Also have a lot more instruments here that make sense in the context of the music I'm trying to make. So is there a way for me to kind of get back to a normal setup here? So I could do like a mix and match. I could do the mixing and mastering in Reaper, which I find more comfortable. But I could do the sort of production stuff here right now. Wow, it's kind of complaining here. Oh. Wow, that window does not like being resized. Yeah, let's just get like a sort of default layout. Yeah, let's look at hits and let's look at synths that we have here. I guess we also have like the Flex library to work with as well. I think I have a lot more than this. But we could just give this a go for now. Yeah, we'll go for something similar. It doesn't have to be the exact same. We'll just stick with that. Pretty typical. Oh, that has like a sort of echo on it already. Gamer. Oh, we gotta go with the gamer synth. That's actually... I was joking, but that's actually pretty rad. There's no font. What happened to the font? Where's all the text? So there's a bit of vibrato happening somewhere. I don't know where it is. I don't know. There's no font. So let me save this project before anything. Documents, yeah, image line. FL Studio projects. Can I just save that here? Just name this. Oh, I should probably put in a layer by layer folder specifically. So what? Where is this happening? FL Studio projects. Oh, I can't like make a new folder in here. Can I just make a new folder in here? Projects with layer by layer. And then just name it main theme. Yeah, it doesn't, the folder doesn't exist. What if I did auto? Okay, let me just make that folder. Oh, it's gonna save in wine. Let me just save this into like the Linux side of things. It's an image line folder here. Or oh, they're symlinked. Okay. Ooh. Okay, let me go make a folder then, so that it'll exist. Okay, let's cancel that. Cancel that. I launched that application in full screen. It's like kind of weird that it's. Can I minimize you? Oh yeah, there you go. I just doesn't like the tiling window manager stuff. FL Studio projects. Can it just be saved in this projects folder? If I make a folder in here and I call it layer by layer. And I save this now. And I actually go into layer by layer. I check in here and there's a main theme folder. Yeah, okay. Hopefully that doesn't conflict with any of the built-in files. Oh, you're like pretending to be small. Like just bring you back to full screen, you'll pretend to be big again. At least you guys get sound out through here in Reaper. It's not like the way that Reaper was hogging up stuff. Can I type in this value? So let's go back to... Yeah. Let's bring it to channel 1. Delete you for now. I should probably see if there's a way to update FL Studio really quick before this project gets too big and then I break something. Can I check for updates? I picked up the mini device straight away and stuff too, so that's pretty nice. Because it seems like there's the text here is fine. The text in here is gone. I don't really know what that is. I guess it's time to just Google that. Figure out what's going on there. FL Studio, wine, no text. Ah, there's a core fonts package probably. So let's see if there's a Arch equivalent. Oh, wait. Core fonts, droid fonts. I have to go through the wine menu. Wine tricks. We're figuring stuff out. Using a 64-bit wine prefix, note that many verbs only install 32-bit versions of packages. If you encounter problems, please retest in a clean 32-bit. Okay, yeah. You appear using Wine's new WoW 64 mode. This is experimental. But are you gonna launch it? What do I want to do? I want to install an application. But it's core fonts, I'm guessing. Font Explorer? No, these are like all the supported kind of basic things. But these are all like actual applications. So I don't think this is the right way to do this for me. Yeah, it's like a bunch of like applications. So that's not right. Silent install? What is... Can you go away? Select the default wine prefix, choose install font. Okay. Let's try it again. And let's select the default wine prefix. Yeah, it's gonna be a bunch of warnings. It's up here. Select the default wine prefix. Install a DLL or component. I think that's install a font. We're missing fonts here. Can I just install all? All fonts. I think I'm fine having all fonts. Oh, it's gonna warn me that it's... Yeah. Wait, are you gonna install all the fonts? Yeah. Oh, is it gonna do this for every font? So I have to close this. This is a good thing I saved and just make sure that works. Okay. Is it gonna keep on popping up little things, or am I... Do I just try again? I'll try again. I'll try and install the fonts again. Because then if I can install all the fonts, then it doesn't really matter. I won't be missing any of them. Supposedly. Running, this will hang until all wine processes in prefix terminate. But I don't think I'm running anything through wine anymore. I don't think there's a single application, so... I mean, maybe it's done. That's not a really helpful... I guess I'll know if the fonts are here now. Maybe it didn't take very long to do that. So let's open back up main theme here. Let's open up Harmer. There's still no fonts in this. Interesting. Maybe I do need to install just core fonts, or I have to stop the wine server somehow. I guess let me try that process and then just Google what that error message is. Might as well just get this figured out while I'm here. Let's see, install a font. Should I just do core fonts like it says? Core fonts and Droid. Let's see if that'll throw that error. Yep. So now it's gonna do this. So let's Google this. Ing user bin wine server. This will hang. Yep, okay. Can't install fonts. Let's look at this issue on the Wine Tricks GitHub. Seems to be updating to wine 4.0, blah, blah, blah. You can manually run wine server -K. All running apps must stop. I did stop all running wine apps. I guess, is my version of wine really that outdated? So we could just take a look really quick to see if I even have it installed through here. Yeah, it seems like it's probably up to date. I updated my system not too long ago. So let's take a look. Let's reinstall it. Why not? So now, I guess maybe wine tricks might need to be updated. Let's give that a try. Install a font. I'm just going to try all. If it works, then I don't have to worry about this ever again. I guess I will have to restart the wine server somehow. I'm still not super familiar with how wine works. I'll just type that command in, I guess. Wine is mad. Yeah. Okay. I killed the wine server. So gonna keep on popping that up. Okay, I'll keep this in my notes, actually. Just in case I need to refer to this shader again. I mean, worst comes to worst, I could just work with these since not having the text. It's no big deal. I just wanted to fix that. So, let's see what happens now. It'll still get mad at me. Oops, I ended up on this monitor. Is it gonna... It's still throwing this. Maybe that wine task manager. Let's take a look at that. Oops, is that... Did I type that right? Location cannot be started. Seems like I'm running a really up-to-date version. Yeah, okay. I'll just keep on working with the fonts then. Probably update FL Studio, but not worry about that. Let's get music out. Let's get some music out the door. Cool. Let us make a pattern. How do I rename this? The pattern. What am I gonna call this? I'll call this the pad for now. Give it a pretty color. Just give it the same color you had in the other thing. So now let's go to the piano roll. Okay, you are a little bit aggressive at the high volumes. Oh, hey, look, the fonts are here. I don't know what happened. I just noticed. What was that? The fonts are here. That's great. I thought I was just staring at broken error messages for the last 10 minutes, but I guess it worked. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, back to work, I guess. There's something about velocity that's affecting its, how aggressive it is. Um, I don't like that tinniness that comes when you're aggressively. I like that more mellow pitch. I guess I'll just turn down the velocities of these. Again, not super worried about it. Oh my gosh, I am so not used to working in FL. Let's get a pencil. Let's bring this to 2 bars. Is there a way for me to chop this into tiny sections? Fill, flam, automatic chord. Wow, that's like really aggressive. All right, let's drop down this. Yeah. And then I thought there would be a way. Oops. I guess I could go in the synth itself. I could go into here. And I could probably gate it somehow. It'd actually be better for when I put in the drums to chop these. There's a way to do that, I'm pretty sure. What's this icon mean? Snap to scale, stamp. Oh, yeah, I probably should have used the brush for that. Yeah, oh my gosh, this is the easy way to do this. I remembered! This is probably... That's really fast. What's the tempo? 128? Yeah, and I remember the scale was different. It's actually a 30-second note scale, or a quarter of a step. That's why these sound really weird. Oh, that's gonna be harder to brush out. Because you need to be half as big now. This is like such a slow way to do it, but whatever. Yeah, like that. Oops, I keep on using the Reaper controls now. So let's just get you here. Why is it scrolling the track list behind? I want to scroll here. I could just... Okay. Let's go here. Let's go to the 2. Let's go to the 5. We got a 251. Cool. I turn off metronome. Okay. Let's add FPC and let's get some juicy kick drum in this. Not that one. Like a better. The house one, yeah. Let's get you in here. Let's color code this for fun. Let me go back to pad and yep, and then we'll go to kick. Where I put that kick. Where's the piano roll for this guy? You don't have to be so small. Hello? Should just zoom in. Yeah. Why aren't you brown? Wait, why aren't you any of yous picking the colors I wanted? What happened? Except that's not updating the color. How strange. Is that just a glitch? I just wanted some awesome color coding here, but they won't let me have it. So if I go back to learning how to sidechain compress everything, there's not gonna be a lot of tracks. I could just call this one sidechain. Throw a compressor onto here. Probably not that one though. Probably. Where did it go? I'm looking for. Is it Fruity Limiter? It must be this, yeah. So now you're no longer going here. You're actually going to sidechain. Make you like a bright color so I could actually see you. Sidechain to this track. Let me see, sidechain input number. It should be 2, yeah. Ah, there you go. Yeah, cool. Sure, we'll make it that. What's the snare sound like? Clapping sounds like fun. We'll do a slow build up. Where's kick snare? Boop. This is like such a sloppy way to do this, but it's fine. Now, here's what I want to do. I'm gonna grab this. That's cool. I like the fact that the synth there still gets the compression, even though we can't hear the drum set at all. So something like that, and then get that back up. Here, let me copy this value to take a look at this. Let's add a new value here. Let's paste it in. Now let's reset this, copy value, put it up here, paste value. That's fun. Did I do that right? So I pasted 80. So now the intro is actually more how I wanted it. Why did this not feel like they're aligned to the grid? You feel like you're slightly ahead? No, okay. It looked like it, so I was wondering if I was just feeling what I was seeing. And actually, I want to move this back. This is such like a party. I don't think I'm actually gonna have this stay this bright and this cheery. It's like really poppy. Like this is like almost like bubblegum poppy. Let me see if there's another snare sound. That's the clap. I think I'm gonna save this not as the main theme. This is like a good basis for something else. So let me save that, and then let me open main theme. And kind of just get rid of this stuff for now. That's like a really poppy thing. Maybe that'll be a credit scene thing or something. But that could be good. That'll just be good for something else. I mean, it's a nice little loop too. I want to, I mean, all this stuff could more or less stay the same. I want to play around now that I have more access to the text of the synth to carve this to be more of what I want. I think more so than something like this. Let's do like an arpeggiation. The game's called Layer by Layer, and so I feel like there should be more buildup of layers in this. So let's take a look at this. That's still really weird that these colors aren't synced up. I don't know why this makes me so irrationally upset. Now it works. That was really strange. There's not going to be a set for this, so I'm going to delete this channel. This is going to be more synth oriented and actually not very like percussion or beat oriented. I could also get rid of this side chain probably at some point, or maybe actually be better for me to toy around with what I was doing earlier. Who is this? Who is this? Hello. Okay, I gotta cover my face so that her face gets in focus. Hello. She's so weirded out. It's cat time. Silly kitty. Gonna miss her next week.
You need to drool on me.
She's gonna drool.
Yeah.
She's gonna fling her drool everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. I think. I don't know if a very traditional type chord progression approach should be used for this. I want to think more on something, yeah, stacked chords. Something like that. I want to arpeggiate. So mysterious. Yeah, let's go for something that's a little bit more ambient and kind of not super high energy for the main. Let's play around with this more. Whoa, now we're all over the place. I like it more like that. That's not what I want. Oops. Where are you going? Oh, I forgot to drag you over one more bar. This is gonna be kind of strange doing it this way. This is where automation curves get kind of weird. Oh, oh, that's a bit. That was a bit whack. Yeah, how do I get this to like actually be a value? First of all, I don't need that one. So let's take a look at this. I want to copy this value. Sure, we'll paste in this value. And then I will grab, where did your controls go? Grab this one that goes up to 2, copy this value, then paste this value. That's not, like, working. I wonder why that's not working in a range of 1. It's, like, not doing that properly. It's because it's changing? Yeah, it's just because it's changing over time. Should I have held shift? Let's get crazy with this. Where is 3? Just stair step this guy. There's a weird stutter there. Oh, wonder why that is like that. Just happens to be the timing. I like that. Ooh, this is like... It's like an ambience, so... So I'll do this. So this has gone from being a pad or an arpeggiation to like a real hard ambience. So if I did something like... Let me should probably render this in place. Also want to tweak the sound of the synth a little bit. It's now too gamery. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, but now I want to add... Do I not have any of those reverbs loaded on here? This I guess we'll have to do. Oh, some Animal Well vibes here. It's like a wash of sound. Let's use that as a sort of baseline for what we're going to do next. Add more instruments. This might be too spacey. This is really low. I'm just going to kind of look at the main menu of the game, because this is where this is gonna play. So if I go here and look at the main menu, do the vibes line up? I think currently no. Could close this tab, save that browser for later. Let's look at main menu while this is playing. Speaks to the technology side of things, but this reverby space is so dark. I think it's more to do with the code quality, the quality of the chord here. Oops. Well, that's very unsure. There you go. It's gonna be back to normal. Made it funky. If I made it... It was like a lot of tension. This is really, like, even more spacey. It being major doesn't give it the brightness. It's like not bright enough. It needs to like be rising. So let's try rising. Let's just try rising triads. Oops. How do I get out the blade? What? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's chop this. And then let's just raise these up by a whole step and see what that sounds like. Then cut down on that reverb a little bit. And kind of... It's like really dead. I don't think I like any of these preset ones for this sound specifically. Let's give it some warmth by bringing in lower octaves of this. So I can't do that here like this. I wonder if I could just clone this. And kind of copy all of this here an octave or two down. That's fun. How low can I bring you? Ooh, that's like really fun. I think I'm just gonna settle with the sound, even though it'll probably be changed later. This sounds like something that would be in like a sci-fi space game. Let's keep it as is. Let's hear it twice. Time for a new sound. Let's add some more flavor. Sorry for the jump scare there. The real jump scares. I guess we could add some sort of melodic content here. Accordion. These are going to be probably not very much so the sound that we're looking for. You ever try a car horn? Oh, it's just a car horn. That's beautiful. Dingle. If that's car horn, what's dingle? Ooh. That's so like reassuring. I can just like do anything here. Ooh, I'm having fun with that. Dingle. I gotta remember dingle. Let's just drum. Just drum. That's a drum. Yeah, there's a lot of sound here. I think I'm gonna go for something that's more on the lead side of things. There's a couple of like well-known sounds in here. Plucked, no. Short synth, no. Vocoder carriers, that sounds fun. Ooh, blown bottle. Okay, I'm gonna go with another synth for now. Other than citrus. It's just not the right character, I think, for something like this. Kepler is really kind of nice, and this is really like kind of more of like a retro style, but there's a lot of cool stuff that could happen in here. Baroque is probably like a harpsichord. It's trying to be. I wonder if this is too dark. A Cuteron. So if I leave the other guy playing, with phrases this long, oops, with phrases this long, I feel like the melody has to now be super slow. I wonder if there's something here. These are super basic, they were right. But then it's like starts sounding super epic. I'm gonna have to move away from this synth family and try something else. Let's see. I've never used Fruity DX10. Wonder if I could find something good. Oh, it's too high. That's a bit too crunchy. That's fun. I think I'm gonna have to try another Harmer synth to try and keep it cohesive. Let's give it a try. Yeah, we can start from a preset and work our way from there. Fuck Jade. Something, I mean... That's really loud. Robot's too dark. Waspinator. Yep, sounds right. Something like a little bit more. So we have these. Here, let's get a list of them. Let's aim for something more natural on top of that really artificial sound. Let's see if we could find something like that here. Art of voice. Well, that's literally like a human voice, so. I think I've used that before in a song. Growler. Filthy. That's just the name of it. Oh, that's a bit extreme. Sorry about that. Rachel. This one's just named Rachel. That's very subdued. Voice synth. I mean, we are going for natural here, but voice of mist. That's like still really spacey. Let's get forest. That could be in the right direction. It's basically like a bit of marimba. Super saws. That still gets into the more poppy style of the song that we already kind of put aside. Samsara. Clock. Let me see here. I'm kind of wondering if maybe this structure that I'm trying to achieve here just isn't the right structure for a song like this, where there's like a chords in the back and then a lead on top of it. Maybe this is just really ambient. You are just sitting in a menu, and you could spend a little or a lot of time there. So maybe I should stick to something like this and not worry too much about like the song having a lot of directionality, like taking on a journey. The game's going to do that for you for the most part. Let me think about just taking this arpeggiated synth and bringing it into new ways, into new directions, like, or new variations. This is really full. It's spanning like 4 octaves, and then each of these arpeggiate up 3 octaves, so it's like just covering a lot of range. Looking at the game. Yeah, I'll change the character of the sound, but I think it's going to be more of this in other places. Also, my cursor disappeared, so that's fun. Oh, did I click, like, did it click on the game? Yeah, it did. Let's toy with this sound a little bit. Oh, this is fun, being able to change this on the graph like this. These are all the exact same velocity, so I want to change it based on where it's lying along the keyboard. Guess we could see it right here. Set to rise above. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Got ads. Can I reset this one? Oh, I don't like that. It's a bit harsh there. So that's like A. Should do a B section and then a C section that leads into A section. If I do this and do that little trick, I wonder what that would sound like. Ooh, that's fun. Compressing the... I wonder if I could just compress the reverb. So I wonder if there's a way to sidechain just the reverb sound. Is there a way to route the reverb like that? I don't think there is. Ooh. There kind of is. So if I actually rename this the reverb, it adds like rhythmic sort of stuff without necessarily having drums there. So that's pretty dope. So actually, I'm going to copy this. How do I copy? I guess I could just... Can I just like copy and paste an effect like this? Make a new preset, I guess. Save preset as... that's too much work. I'll just remake it here. So let me feed in the reverb. Then I will grab... It's like we could delete the reverbs off of these. There's like a... Oh, browse parameters. Oh, okay. So maybe there is a way to check that out. Let me put you away. Link all parameters. No. That's to link it to my controller. Well, regardless, I'll be toying around with the reverb anyways. So let us send these to here as well. Oops, not that. Oops, not that. My bad. Select this one. Route to this track only. So now we're doing some routing magic here. But here's what I want. I want you to route your... Let me actually see if I could isolate just the reverb out of you guys here. Just get rid of the dry signal. There you go. So that's just the wet signal. Where's the reverb guy? So let's bring you guys back out here. Hmm. Two minutes out and we're getting somewhere. Now I'm going to... throw some other chords around here. So let's make an octave. And let's throw some more chords on. So if we did this... So 1, 2, and 3... I mean, these are literally going to be all the white keys on the piano. We should get weird. So we have a pretty normal sounding. It's like all the white keys on the piano. It's pretty stock standard. Right. Let's take this B section to do something funky. So... what if I just like... go really... super wide, maybe? Guess I could be stuck playing with this for a while. F. So we're here in F, that's like kind of our home. What's nice about F is it kind of has that relationship with C here. For the arpeggiation to kick in, we need to have at least 2 notes down. Guess you guys can't see my inputs. It's like a little back and forth. Let's just start throwing some stuff in. We'll do it a bar at a time. We'll use C as like a kind of changeover point. Or I've got a better idea. Let's go here. So that's major. But this is minor. Let's bring this into the major. Oops. And then let's kind of use the arpeggiation as a way to play with the meter. So we're here. I'm just throwing around notes. Just made a C major chord. I almost want the arpeggiation to change for that. So if we go to the synth here, is there a way to automate this? This is going to be very strange. Let's go here. This is going to be very strange. I'm gonna get weird with the music. So if I grab, let's copy this value. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Paste this value. Oh, and also maybe, oh, grab this guy. Let's see where we're going with this. And then go to here, copy value, paste value, paste value. Let's shift you back over here. I wonder if that should be C major. I'm gonna keep it as a triad, but let's do something more with this. Literally all major chords right here. And then for this, is this going to change it for all of them? Okay, so I need a new automation clip for this. Can I make a new automation clip out of this? Where did that go? Where did it go? Oh, it got put down there. I guess this also got put somewhere. Weird. I want this. Doing this the long way. Also, it's probably going to go past the normal stream time. Is there a way to just like grab this Like edit it? No. Copy value. Paste. Paste. Something like this. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, now I wonder. Pasting you, lowering you 2 octaves. Is that getting too repetitive? Let's see it from the beginning. Oops. Where'd my piano roll and track? That stuff disappeared. My bad. Just from the beginning. Doesn't sound very orderly. It's like these chords just aren't really taking us anywhere. I wonder... Okay, well, I mean, that's all the time I have for this on stream. I'm gonna probably work on this off stream and try a bunch of different things. There's probably gonna be... I'll take some time to kind of record some acoustic instruments as well to see if that gets us closer to the vibe. I'll save up these sketches if they don't end up being the main theme. And then tomorrow it's probably going to be the same deal of like art for part of it, music for another part of it. Tomorrow though it's going to be more of like a sort of um, procedural music, seeing how we could get stems to react to the gameplay, because that's going to be what's going to happen during the 3D printing minigame. When you're stacking up filament to a certain height or something, or a certain amount of filament is happening, it could trigger another stem to come in, and then the song will build up as you build up the object. This is more of a kind of linear piece of music, but it's going to be looping. So there's some things I want to kind of keep in mind. This sort of synthesizer maybe is going to get a little bit repetitive and a bit fatiguing on the ear, or just like kind of be a bit dulling. So having it just be this probably isn't the right direction. There'll probably be a variety of other sounds and things like that. I probably will thin out this synthesizer. But yeah, the creative process for music is always just kind of a weird and esoteric one. And a lot of experimenting on my end. That's just kind of how I write. And so it ends up, I usually just try and throw a lot of ideas out, and if they miss, I save it as a backlog project and then just go through it. That way I'm never really getting all stuck up in just one idea. And instead of just having like one idea spent a lot of time on that is going to be rehashed, to just kind of go through them, and if there's like a bunch of bad ones but like a kind of a nugget of good one, then I've covered enough ground to see where I'm going. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for stopping by. And yeah, it's the week before GDC. I'm going to be traveling there by train. I actually had to put my train ticket in my suitcase. I'm going to be riding the Amtrak up there. It's actually was a great way to save money. I think both the trip up and down from kind of like San Bernardino up to San Francisco and back down is cheaper than I guess one flight would have been. I mean, there's a lot of budget airlines, but they've had some issues with reliability in terms of like people have been getting their flights canceled or whatnot. Um, and when you pay for like a budget airline, they're just like, well, sorry, too bad. It's kind of the price you pay for saving money on the flight. And then secondly, those budget airlines, they make up that cost by charging for carry-ons or seats and stuff like that. So going by Amtrak, obviously it's way, way, way slower, but also, I mean, it's not that much slower had I driven, but driving, I have to remain alert on the road, or take shifts if my girlfriend is coming up with me. So the fact that I'll have access to like free Wi-Fi, not have to focus too much on like being super attentive the whole way or trying to stay awake or whatever, um, makes that just much more appealing. I mean, it's my first time ever traveling on the Amtrak. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna be riding like the Coast Starlight train up there, and I heard it's like kind of like a sightseeing way to go. So I'll keep you guys updated on how that is. All right, that's it for the stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.